Game number 6, ladies and gentlemen, is playing on Overgrowth. Starting to the bottom left, we have Leenock using still his barcode ID here on the North American server. Overgrowth is the next map, and well, after he took down Starbuck, he's up against another Zerg player. Starting all the way to the top right is Vortix in his last games for MouseSports. In case that you missed the news, MouseSports and Vortix, they announced that the Spanish Zerg player is going to leave the team after today's team match. So this is the last appearance for Vortix for MouseSports, and he might be able to help them to go to the playoffs. After this, Vortix is going to leave MouseSports and probably going to join a new team pretty soon. I don't think that he's going to have any problem with that. He's probably one of the best foreigners that we currently have, not only in Europe but in the world, and therefore a new team shouldn't be a big problem for him. I guess he has quite a lot of offers already. To the top right, we now have him here going up against his Zerg opponent in another ZVZ. San has been defeated by Starbuck, and Leenock was then able to take down Starbuck himself. So it's going to be another Zerg versus Zerg, and let's see if Leenock can take down Vortix and then force out Hazops, or if Vortix is going to take on Leenock here, wins the game, and then it's up to the ace player of the FlashWolves to make this happen. This series is super important to both teams, since the winner is going to go on to play in the playoffs, and the loser will finish the regular season on I think in the ranking somewhere on place like either 5 or 6. Whereas now we have gases not taken yet, because we are just seeing Vortix with a pool into hatch and Leenock with a hatch into pool. So not a huge difference between the two of them here, but let's find out who's gonna win this game. The options for MouseSports were simple. After Starbuck was taken out and Hero Marine lost earlier to San, they had Vortix and Hazops left, so it was either Zerg versus Zerg that we're seeing here right now, or of course the Protoss versus Zerg with Hazops trying to take Leenock on, and apparently they decided that that Vortix has the better chances here of defeating the opponent. So going for that, and let's see if that works out, because if they are able to pull this off, that would be great for MouseSports. A 4-2 lead, having 3 players to take on the ace player of your opponent's team. That's exactly the situation that you're hoping for. But Leenock is very difficult to beat, and he proved that in the last game. He might be able to prove that again in game number 2 that he plays here for his team. And the FlashWolves, they really depend on him. San wasn't really able to do anything today, only taking out Hero Marine. Definitely a little bit disappointing that he, at least for the FlashWolves, that he was only able to deliver 1 victory for his team just yet. But it's not over, and San might get another chance to really come through for his team today if he is the ace player. In case that we see the ace player, that is, because Leenock, of course, he has played a lot of games in the season so far already. And he has also taken down quite a lot of opponents, so he might also be able to just win against Vortix and then take on Hazops, maybe even force out the ace player of MouseSports. This is not over just yet, as I already said earlier. This is still anybody's team match to win. Speed has been started for Vortix a lot faster than for Leenock, who goes into the double gas instead of the single gas, therefore delaying the gas mining and increasing the harvester count instead. That gives him a slight lead with this, and also it gives him the faster additional queens. We have we have in terms of harvester the lead for Vortix here. The double gas was taken by Leenock now, as mentioned, but he's now going into 11 harvesters. He was saving up some lava, trying to find out what exactly is going on there, and now just goes for the lava a bit later than that. So we are currently seeing, in terms of the harvesters, 35 against 32. That slight lead here for Leenock. 4 queens against 3 for Vortix. I'm not quite sure what that queen over here is doing. I was thinking about it trying to take down an overlord, but that overlord is already running away and didn't even get hit once. So apparently the queen walking the wrong way, the overlord realizing what was happening and then just trying to run or hover away, and he at least made that work. So third base already taken for Vortix. Interesting enough, without Leenock scouting it. So Leenock does not know this is going on. But he is getting another base himself. So Leenock is getting a third. That third has been spotted by Vortix, who goes straight into the Zerglings. And he has speed. Keep that speed upgrade in mind, because Leenock isn't done with this yet. And this means that Vortix is going to be able to put quite some pressure onto that base. And then if he realizes, or if he thinks that he has more Zerglings than his opponent, he can just simply take that on. But we have a lot of Zerglings being built for Leenock here, 26 now in total, but those Lings are already on their way over, and I guess we might see a cancel here. He might, if he commits, he's gonna force the cancel. The question is, does he really commit to it? And it looks very much like it. Yes, that cancel is going to happen any second now. Ooh, yeah, there's the cancel, and the Lings are running away. So he has to rebuild this, and that means that we have a third base already completed for Vortix, whereas Leenock is just starting his own now. That Overlord, on the other hand, is gonna die. Yeah, double queen pursuing an Overlord. Good luck with that, buddy. That's just not gonna happen. Those queens might be slow, but you are still a bit slower than that. The base of Vortix has now been spotted by Leenock, and the queen is making its way over. Lings versus Lings. The Ling count actually very similar, but a bit in favor of Vortix. Speed has, of course, now kicked in for both players. 26 Zerglings for Vortix and only 22 for Leenock. The lair tech has also started for Leenock now. Vortix is still not using the lair tech yet, but he's going into the faster roaches, and he has the faster +1 attack upgrade. That leaves him with a bit of a timing, whereas Leenock will not have his upgrades ready. But the +1/+1 is started, so this means we're going to see double upgrades against single upgrades. On the bottom, we have now the hatch nearly completed at the bottom of the map, but the Lings trying to rush in again in the first few roaches, lending their strength now to this. There we go. The +1 attack upgrade is not ready yet. He gets more roaches in, and he's able to fend this off at least for now. Or is he? Because at this point, the Zerglings of Leenock are just trying to go in and take down the roaches, and they were successful already. Half of the Zerglings, for some reason, not doing anything. He has them on hold position because he's trying to take down harvesters. Finally realizing what's going on. Could have killed maybe even the roach one with that if he would have tried. But he's still taking on a Vortix here. Vortix is starting to lose quite a lot of resources. 2,200 lost against 1,500. And this is getting dicey for Vortix. But the +1 attack upgrade is now done. And this should put an end to the Zerglings for now. The Zergling numbers are huge, though. They have a lot of them. But yeah, we have that +1 attack upgrade. And I think the roaches might not be able to stop this. This is way too many Lings for him to handle. He needs the rest of the reinforcements to move in. And he's already trying to get those. The resources lost 3,200 against 2,200. Leenock with a Zergling aggression doing a great job here, going for the speed upgrade for his own roaches already. And Vortix is starting to struggle a little bit, but he has still the superior numbers in harvesters, and overall, as you can see, he's also looking at a pretty decent supply. 90 against 85. Here come the roaches trying to get into a good spot again. It's just Lings for Leenock. Zerglings, and even more Zerglings. He's finally going into roaches, but Leenock is trying to snipe his opponent's roach one. He's not really just able to get that yet, but, well, he gets a few more roaches in the process. Loses the Zerglings here, but job well done by Leenock. Super aggressive play by him, but we also have now 3,200 resource lost against 3,800. So in the end, with all those Zerglings taken out, we have a very similar situation for them, at least when it comes to the resources lost. In terms of overall position in the game, we have 49 harvesters against 44, 3 bases for both of them, 19 roaches against 13, 1-1 upgrades done, and 1+2/+2 started for Leenock. Only the +2 attack upgrade started for Vortix now, and therefore we will have much better upgrades for Leenock. That's the advantage that he has. He might not be able to match his opponent's numbers, but he definitely has the better upgrades. And this might lead into a very difficult situation for Vortix, since going up against an opponent that has 2 armor upgrades on you, or will have, is not easy when you're playing a roach versus roach battle. None of them is trying to get a Baneling Nest. None of them have started Infestation Pit. Vortix is starting to move cross-map. 82 supply, army supply against, well, 61. And the +2/+2 for Leenock is not done. So Vortix will be on 2 attack upgrades against 1-1 upgrades for Leenock for a little bit. If he can make that work, that would be great for him. But we have a bit of counter-aggression here by Leenock already, taking down 20 harvesters in total, taking out a lot of them. Vortix has a big army though, and he's trying to put it to use. He has a lot there. He might be able to pull that off. Even harvesters are trying to help out, but the reinforcements for Leenock are now streaming in. What about Vortix? He's trying to send his units down as well. The 2-2 is not done yet, but it will be any second. Vortix with a micro is trying to pull it off, but we currently have the roach numbers 23 against 13. But where are the roaches for Vortix? He needs to get all of them into position, because half of them seem to be still up to the top defending those bases. He's trying to kill the queens. He cannot break through, and the 2-2 is done for Leenock. The 2-2 completed for Leenock. He kills the queen, and now he's getting the rest of the roaches in. 18 against 12, that's what we're currently seeing there. The harvester count is nearly identical. Vortix was in the lead, but still we had then Leenock move in with the rest of his units, and now suddenly we have resources lost 7,000 against 8,000 in favor of Leenock. Leenock with the better upgrades against his opponent. The roach numbers, they are still in favor of Vortix though. He's sniping them one after another, but Leenock is getting the reinforcements into the game now. Maybe if he can snipe the roach one, that would of course be great, but it's really difficult for Vortix to make that happen. He might be in the overall supply lead still, but it's those upgrades that really are a big problem for Vortix to deal with, and Leenock is moving in, taking these roaches down one after another. Vortix is dropping down in supply. He's looking at 10,000 resources lost against 8,000. That's what we're currently seeing here. Roaches killed in this game, 37 against 77. 77 roaches were killed. Of course, the Zerglings lost much more in favor of Vortix here, but still, this is a pretty difficult situation to be in, and yeah, this could be the end for Vortix. It could be that Hazorps is being forced out here. Boro is being researched by Leenock now, and as you can see, not only does he have the superior upgrades, he has the superior roach numbers, 21 against 15, and he's moving in with all that he has, trying to take this out. And well, Vortix, he is in so much trouble right now. He's losing his queen. He might lose the roach warren here. He's already losing his own roach force, and the reinforcements for him are being built. But if you see roach drones come off the mineral line, you know that things are not looking good. Another queen being sniped, that's going to limit the production of Vortix even more. He's losing harvesters, and oh my god, Vortix is even moving back with his units, trying to defend to the left side and exposing the mineral line for another second, where the roaches do more and more damage. Another set is already walking in back down here. We have 106 supply against 125. The army supply, as you can see, 70 against 50. The roach warren is eliminated, and with Zerglings, you're not going to win this battle. Zerglings against roaches are not going to cut it, so of course Vortix immediately rebuilds his roach warren, but that allows Leenock to just get his army together and then move in for a last push. Vortix is building Zerglings, but what is he going to do with those Zerglings? They don't have the upgrades. They will be two-shotted by the roaches of Leenock quite easily. 28 now against 23. Here comes Leenock once again, not really trying to make it work just yet. Going for a fourth base instead, taking the gold expansion, and also getting more roaches now. So the roach warren for Vortix is nearly completed again. He has a lot of Zerglings now, but here comes Leenock. And of course those lings will have a very limited surface area against the roaches that we see for Leenock there. Army supply is currently 82 against 60, and Leenock is starting to do quite a lot of work here. Vortix has the better concave, but the reinforcements for Leenock are streaming in, and they are taking down roach after roach. 25 now against 11. The lings already gone, and once again Vortix is just falling back, trying to somehow survive here. His harvester count is currently 50 against 55. He's losing even more of those, losing another 10. No counter aggression. The roach numbers are still in Leenock's favor. The resource lost 18,000 against 14,000. The gold base nearly taken, the hatch about to be done, and the GG called as Vortix surrenders. Leenock ties up this series and forces out the fourth player of MouseSports. It is going to be Hazorps.